In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful, welcome everyone to a truly remarkable episode. Today, we carry news of immense hope and a monumental breakthrough for our brothers and sisters suffering from a specific, severe type of hereditary blindness. Today, we are going to dive deep into the fascinating world of gene therapy. We will explore how dedicated researchers and clinical experts at the University of Pennsylvania, the University of Florida, and leading ophthalmology hospitals have achieved something that sounds like science fiction, but is now a documented medical reality. Through extraordinary and relentless effort, scientists have developed medications that work at the very blueprint of human life, using genes to treat hereditary diseases that have been incurable for centuries. To truly understand the magnitude of this breakthrough, we must first understand the story of the disease itself. Imagine being born into a world where the mechanical structure of your eyes is largely intact, yet you live in darkness. Some individuals are born with a microscopic defect in a single gene. This condition, broadly known as Leber Congenital Amaurosis, or LCA, is a childhood-onset blindness. It is a devastating reality where parents begin to notice their infant is not tracking objects or reacting to light normally. This sets off a long, exhausting journey of medical evaluations, ending in a diagnosis of hereditary blindness that, until now, meant a lifetime without sight. In the absolute best-case scenarios for these patients, they might only be able to distinguish between day and night. They might have absolutely no night vision, and during the day, they perceive only the blurriest of shadows. But why does this happen? The answer lies in a fascinating biological paradox. One of the key characteristics of this specific type of blindness is the dissociation of photoreceptor structure and function. This means that the light-sensing cells in the back of the eye, the rods and the cones, are physically present and surprisingly preserved, even as the patient grows into adulthood. The hardware is there, but the software is fundamentally broken. The eyes receive the light, but they completely lack the ability to convert those light particles into the electrochemical signals that the brain needs to generate an image. Let us analyze exactly how these researchers are fixing this broken software. The scientists target specific molecular forms of this disease because the preserved physical structure of the retina provided a perfect canvas for gene therapy. The first major breakthrough involves a specific gene called GUC2D. When this gene is healthy, it carries the instructions to produce a crucial enzyme known as retinal guanylyl cyclase isozyme, 1 or RETGC1. This enzyme is an absolute necessity for the phototransduction pathway, the biochemical cascade that happens the millisecond light hits your eye. Specifically, this enzyme maintains the production of cGMP, a molecule that keeps the electrical currents flowing in both rod and cone cells. When a person is born with mutations in the GUC2D gene, this enzyme is either missing or entirely non-functional. The production of cGMP plummets, and the electrical current stops. The light enters the eye, strikes the retina, and simply dies there, unable to speak to the brain. To solve this, researchers engineered a brilliant delivery vehicle. They took a harmless virus, specifically a recombinant adeno-associated virus serotype 5, and emptied it of its original viral contents. Inside this empty viral shell, they packaged a perfectly healthy, functional human GUC2D gene. This acts as a microscopic transport ship. In a highly specialized surgical procedure, ophthalmologists inject this vector directly beneath the retina. Over the course of a few weeks, the viral vector enters the dormant photoreceptor cells and unloads the healthy gene. The cells read this new instruction manual and finally begin producing the missing enzyme. Let us look at the clinical trial data from the first human patients to receive this treatment. The researchers started with 3 adult patients, individuals who had lived with profound visual loss and involuntary eye movements their entire lives. The safety profile was remarkable, with no systemic toxicity detected and all surgical ocular events resolving smoothly. But the functional results are where the story truly shines. Following the therapy, the first 2 patients experienced a statistically significant improvement in their rod photoreceptor vision. Rod cells are primarily responsible for our ability to see in low light and at night. For these patients, the world literally became brighter in the dark. The first patient even showed objective improvements in how their pupils reacted to light, proving that the brain was finally receiving the signals. The third patient in this trial provided an even more astonishing revelation. After the injection, this patient experienced a significant gain in visual acuity, an improvement that researchers linked to enhanced function in the cone photoreceptors. Cones are the cells responsible for our sharp, central, high-resolution vision, and our ability to see colors. The fact that this therapy could awaken both rod and cone cells, cells that have been dormant for decades, is nothing short of medical marvel. Yet, the scientific community did not stop there. LCA is a complex puzzle caused by mutations in more than 25 different genes. While the UC2D gene therapy utilizes a virus to deliver a whole new gene, another group of brilliant minds tackled a different genetic mutation using a completely different cutting-edge technique. This brings us to the second major cause of this blindness, a mutation in a gene called CEP290. This gene is responsible for creating a protein located in the ciliary transition zone of the photoreceptor cells. Think of this transition zone as a critical bridge between the inner factory of the cell and the outer light-sensing antenna. In patients with the CEP290 mutation, this bridge is structurally compromised, causing a massive traffic jam. The necessary proteins cannot reach the outer segment of the cell, and vision fails. Instead of using a virus to deliver a new gene, scientists developed a synthetic molecule called an antisense oligonucleotide, named sepofarsen. This molecule is essentially a microscopic piece of genetic tape. When injected into the eye, it seeks out the mutated messenger RNA, binds to the exact location of the genetic error, and corrects the splicing process. It forces the cell to ignore the mutation and read the genetic code correctly, allowing the cell to produce the normal, healthy CEP290 protein. The clinical data surrounding this antisense oligonucleotide therapy is extraordinary, particularly when we look at a specific case study from the clinical trials. Researchers closely monitored an individual, referred to as patient 11, who received just a single intravitreal injection of sepofarsen. The results were carefully tracked over a period of 15 months. Within just a few months, all objective and subjective measures of visual function began to climb. The patient's visual acuity improved to a clinically meaningful degree. Their ability to detect light, measured through highly sensitive full-field stimulus testing, showed substantial gains. Even the patient's pupillary light reflex, a completely involuntary and objective biological response, became significantly faster and more reactive. The kinetics of this single injection are a fascinating study in molecular biology. The peak of the visual improvement occurred near 3 months after the injection. This timeline aligns perfectly with the biological process of the synthetic molecule entering the cells, correcting the genetic code, and allowing the cells to slowly rebuild their broken bridges. What stunned the researchers was the durability of this single dose. Even at the 15-month mark, over a year after that single injection, the patient's vision remained sustained and significantly better than their baseline before the treatment. To put this into a practical, real-world perspective, the researchers utilized advanced artificial intelligence and reading simulations based on the patient's expanded visual field and increased acuity. Before the treatment, reading was an immense struggle. After the treatment, the simulations demonstrated that the patient would be able to read a significantly smaller font size, dropping from a large 14-point font down to an 8-point font, and they could see 5 words at a time instead of struggling to see just one. The patient themselves, unprompted, reported a substantially improved ability to read. This is not just a change in a clinical chart. This is a profound transformation in a person's daily life and independence. What we are witnessing right now is a historical turning point in the field of medicine. For centuries, the diagnosis of a hereditary retinal disorder was a final sentence. Patients were told to go home and prepare for darkness. Today, we are seeing the dawn of personalized genetic medicine. Whether it is utilizing a harmless virus to safely deliver a brand new set of genetic instructions beneath the retina, or using synthetic molecular tape to edit and correct the body's own existing RNA, the ultimate goal remains the same. The hardware of the human eye is remarkably resilient. By fixing the biological software, scientists are proving that it is possible to awaken these dormant cells and restore the gift of sight. While these treatments begin as highly complex and exclusive procedures, history shows us that medical innovations continuously evolve, becoming more refined, more accessible, and broader in their application. The researchers leading these trials have stated their commitment to systematically addressing the various genetic defects responsible for vision loss. We are no longer hoping for a distant miracle. We are watching the active, methodical unraveling of blindness itself. This has been profound and beautiful news regarding the future of vision and eye health. We wish you all continued health, clarity, and well-being. Peace be upon you, and the mercy and blessings of God.